Minister, I just want to draw your attention to the higher education report which was produced in 2019. I know you'd be very familiar with it, but that report showed that 15% of the student body at second level is disadvantaged, while 10% of the student body at third level is also disadvantaged. It's certainly concerning, and I suppose it confirms what we all thought and said all along, that there are students from less affluent areas who don't make it to third level. And I suppose in light of that, I just want to ask you if it could be considered for the Education Disadvantage Committee to be reinstated. This was a committee that did fantastic work in terms of initiating the DESH scheme, and they did brilliant work and produced fantastic reports. And I know that it was set up at a very low cost as well. It was great value for money, and indeed they did fantastic work. So in light of that, I just ask if that could be considered. I do feel that to address this issue of students not progressing to third level, I think we need something like a disadvantage committee, and I certainly feel it would be very worthwhile. The second point I want to raise with you is the whole area of special educational needs. Now, look, it begins at primary level, that the students need the supports at primary level and second level in order to be allowed or enabled to proceed to third level and progress into the third level system. But it is becoming an issue where we have so many barriers. I know in my own constituency at present there is no dedicated special educational needs organiser. It's causing huge frustration among parents and among schools, and I feel if these children are to be given a fair chance and indeed an opportunity to reach their potential as is laid out in our Education Act 1998, that every child must be included and enabled to reach their potential. I feel that in order for that to happen, we must have the basic supports in place, and I do feel that this is a huge injustice being done to children with special needs who are already at a disadvantage, and I would love to see that addressed, and maybe collaboration between yourself and the Minister for Education to ensure that the gaps are addressed that exist, so that these children do have the same opportunities as every other child to progress through our education system right to the end. In terms of apprenticeships, Minister, I want to commend the great work that is being done, and it's fantastic that we do see more of a focus on apprenticeships, and I said this at the Education Committee recently. But in addition to the places being made available, that's brilliant. But what we have to ensure is that the students make it through the apprenticeship right to the end. And I know that one apprentice spoke about the financial difficulty in trying to make it to the end. We listened to the apprentices at the recent Education Committee. And, you know, it is an issue that needs to be addressed. I feel they need to be given supports as well. And, you know, if there can be maybe some grant assistance or some fund that could help them make it through to the end, because it's one thing providing the places, but it's another ensuring that the students get out the other end and that we have them to contribute to our society and indeed to our economy, which is going to be very valuable come the future. My last question, or my last comment, is that I do recognise great work has been done in terms of the SUSI grant review, but again I want to impress on you the whole issue of student earnings, that the fact it's capped at €4,500 is a disincentive to students, and it's affecting the hospitality sector who cannot get students to take up work, and I do genuinely feel that it needs to be increased. Thank you very much.